What's up, traders? Matt from the Trade Brigade here doing a technical analysis on ticker symbol NIO for NIO Inc. On the left-hand side, we have the daily time frame, and on the right-hand side, the 30-minute intraday time frame. First things first, this will, of course, be an update, and I just want to illustrate where some of these levels are coming from. The main one are these levels underneath us, so 26, roughly, 25.88 to be exact, and 22.31. Before we get into the analysis, these levels are coming from, if I scrunch up the chart here and scroll left, there we go. Let me just zoom in on this so we can see it here. So we get a break, reattempt, reestablish support, right? And then that's really what led the rally here from October/November of 2020. And then below that, the breakout point here is that 22.31. So that's where these numbers are coming from and why they are significant. Let's go back on over to the more recent price action and see what's going on here. So for now, I would start to classify this activity here as an H pattern. You could start to call it a bear flag on the daily. Let's just quickly take out the Fibonacci's, come in from the high all the way down to the low. And yeah, would you look at that? So a thing of beauty. Remember, I can't make this stuff up. It's literally on the chart in front of us. 38.2 did act as resistance here, and it's also a level that we had mapped out from, if I scrunch this up, that prior low right around in here. Now, I'm not saying it's to the penny, it's exact, we nailed it, anything like that, but it's close enough, right? So to me, this is just big bear flag consolidation as long as we're underneath that 3083-ish area, okay? So we're going to remove the fibs now that we know we're in bear flag territory, we know we're in H pattern territory. Basically, breakdowns of the low here at 27.85 bring us into that 25.85. So about, what would that be, $2 move to the downside available if NIO does continue to break down here. And given that the dominant trend is down, that would be sort of a favorable outcome of the chart as of right now. Let's dive into the 30-minute intraday time frame now, just to see how the moves are actually kind of unfolding. Today's session, right out of the early morning gates, I mean, this thing was falling off of a cliff to the downside here. Very, very aggressive move. Let's come in with the fibs on the 30-minute time frame, just to see where we're kind of at from this perspective. And although it's not the 38.2, it still is underneath your 50%. We know things only really dramatically change if we start closing candles up and over the 61.8 for that 100% retracement, and it just simply didn't happen, right? There was a little bit of rollover as well into the afternoon here. So all things considered, the chart does not look fantastic. It does look fairly bearish. And coming on over to the trade tab, remember that this is shortable, right? Always refreshing to see that something is easy to borrow, so you can short the shares. And even if you wanted to go with puts, plenty of volume here on the at, near, and in the money strikes here at the 28, 27, 26. All of those have plenty of volume going through, where I would say it would be okay to trade. And look, the spread is only about 1 cent here. It's 2 cents on the in the money strike there, and 1 cent there on two strikes out of the money at the 26. So all things considered, shortable, no matter how you want to slice the cake, via options or via short shares, whatever floats your fancy is available inside of NIO. We know that the daily pattern's bearish. We know that the 30-minute pattern is bearish. Could it go sideways? Absolutely, right? So you're only really going to initiate that short position if we truly start taking out those lows at around 27.85. We know it's been down through 3 days, in a row. We know that we have quote-unquote holiday trading volume right now. I don't know if you want to push it to the downside. We know everything's bearish, right? That's a given, but I just don't know if you want to push it as of right now. I wouldn't be surprised to see some sideways action in here, sort of digest that move lower that we saw earlier today, and then maybe it breaks down into the new year. I'm not entirely certain, but that's one possibility. The second thing I would point out from the daily time frame chart is where do you get involved to the long side if there's going to be a turnaround? It's very obvious, well, to me at least. I apologize if it's not so much to you. I didn't mean it that way, but here we go. There's a double bottom, right? So touch one, touch two. This is going to be your neckline. It's the 38.2 from the daily fib, which we just discussed. So breakouts up and over 30.85 do start to become more bullish, in which case we're starting to target this area here closer to 35. Okay, it doesn't suggest that that's going to be a likely scenario, but if there is a turnaround, right, if there is just a reversal that brings us back higher into range, and then we attempt that neckline, sure, that's one reasonable situation to be looking for inside of NIO as of right now. So that's really going to wrap up the video. If you enjoyed it today or learned anything new, let me know in the comments section or by giving the video a thumbs up. Don't forget our main channel is linked in the description. And all of that being said, I wish you a green trading week.